We've updated the spatial viewer in GeoClerk, so now when you see any spatial function, whether it be adding a new shape, doing some georeferencing, or just looking at where a document has come from, you'll see the new spatial viewer. So this video is just to give you an idea of what that looks like, where the functionality that you had before, which all still exists, is to be found, and where there's some new functionality that we've built in as well. Let's just click the spatial button for one of these images. We'll see what the new viewer looks like. Looks fairly similar to before, but now what you can see on the left hand side is you have these menu items, which when I blow up to full screen, those items are still available. So the menu is always available when you're in full screen mode, and that's probably the biggest change with the new spatial viewer. So let's take a look at some of those items. The ones that you can't activate at the moment are grayed out, and those that are active when you hover over them are in bold. So we can quickly look at some of those. We have this quick search. This is how we might want to find out where a tenement is in relation to the spatial data for the document that we've just loaded. So in this case, I just want to show the location on the map. So let's start typing in an area that I know is close by. So this jumps to that location, but then if I just zoom out, I can see that's pretty close by the document location itself. So that can be very useful in itself. The same functionality is available for georeferenced images. So if you have a georeferenced image in your library, you can see where that is in relation to that document in particular. I actually don't have one that's particularly close, but I'm just going to load this one anyway, because at least I know it's in Western Australia. I know it's not very close, so I'll zoom out and we can see where it is in relation to there it is there, in relation to the document area. So it's actually quite a long way away. So not particularly useful in this case, but could be in other cases. The other functionality you have are some new map controls. You can toggle your organization's shapes on and off. So they're off, switch them on, and I can see where that document is in relation to my shapes. And I've also got a little helper to show me where the cursor is, UTM and lat longs. So that can be pretty useful as well. So let's close that down. While I'm here, I'll just show you how the georeferencing now looks. Click the georeference button. This is going to look very much the same as it did for the last 3 months, because we actually updated the georeferencing interface about 3 months ago. So to anyone who's used that, this is very familiar. If you haven't used that yet, there is a video in the help all about this, but the same functionality is all here. You can also collapse that toolbar, as you can with any of the spatial viewers. You can collapse it and then just open it up with any of the tools that are active. So georeferencing, again, loading up, jumping to a map location. So I could do that. It's actually still got that in the memory there. I could load that as a shape as well, but I won't do that in this case. It's still got the georeferenced image that I had before over there as well. And again, I can now toggle on and off the layers, showing where my organization's shapes are, which are not very close to this one, unfortunately, but there we go. So georeferencing the actual image is just the same as before. So I won't dwell on that too much. I think this one's actually pretty much in the exact right location, which it happens to have opened up at. So that's pretty handy. So I can do that. I can give that a name. So I'm just going to call that test. And I can save that to a project. So let's just save that to Graham. and then save that georeferenced image. So you're going to see this ability to save to project come up. We've expanded that. Previously, it was initially just for favoriting images from search results. Then we've added the georeferencing to save that georeferenced image to a project. And now in a moment, we'll see that we've actually added a further option to save shapes that you create into a project. So you can see how that project organization is beginning to become more prevalent. So the other thing I want to show you is how the adding a new shape and searching by shape and editing shapes has changed. So we'll go into My Shapes, and let's just scroll down to add a new shape. Again, similar looking functionality as with the other viewers. This is basically the same viewer. Again, I can blow this up to full screen now and maintain the menu on the left-hand side. I can drag and drop a KML file in here as before, or now I can browse files and go in and add in a point from there. Let's just go back to the full screen. Drawing a polygon. It's pretty straightforward. You've now got two buttons to do that. One is on the map as before. You've now got a button on the toolbar on the left-hand side. So if I click that, right, and then just go into whatever area you want. Let's switch on the tenements, and then I could just go in and click an area as before. So let's just quickly go around that. Click on the first point to close it out, and give it a name. And now you'll see, firstly, there's the little toggle to save that, share that with the organization, or keep it private to yourself. And then I can save this shape to a project. So this is the new functionality I was talking about. So let's just save that to Graham as well, and save that shape. And then that shape will be available in the shapes list. There we go, to do the search. Now the search functionality has not changed. So all those the familiar buttons are available. When you go to edit that shape, again, it brings up the new spatial viewer. You can now edit points from these buttons on the left or from the buttons on the map as before. So that's very straightforward. If you want to edit something and then test whether, basically test whether that works, you can do that. Oops, I should have edited it and saved it. And then you can test that whether it's worked. So there we go. And then just basically gives you a quick feel for whether that shape is going to work, whether it's closed out properly, etc. Also from here, you can obviously duplicate the shape. So you click the copy button. It now says duplicate shape. And again, you might want to buffer that. It's given it a name of copy, so I can change that to buffer. Again, share it, whatever. I'll save that. And that will be in my list as well. Now, as we saw before with the standard viewer, let's just go into the editor again. You also have the ability to add in the tenement location in here. So I could put that same one in. I'm not sure it's actually very close to the one I was working. It isn't, but you can again see where tenements are, particular tenements are in relation to the shape you're creating. Similarly, with do the same with a georeferenced image. Again, you have the toggle for the organization's saved shapes, and there's cursor position that you can switch on to see where you are. And then finally, let's just jump back to my shapes and show you, you can also create the shape from georeferenced images as before. So let's open up that. I can just click on the little icon to create the shape from my georeferenced images. It'll take me to that location, and then you have the same functionality as you did a moment ago. Plus, the georeferencing mode is now active as well because we're dealing with a georeferenced shape. So that's basically the functionality of the new spatial viewer. So some things look the same, some things look a little bit different. If you do have any issues, let us know. If you need a little bit of help, jump on the support or the live chat and let us know.